Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, get ready, because today we're diving into a massive, massive shift happening right now in the world of modern prop tech. Now, if you follow real estate tech, you already know the market is, well, notoriously rigid, right? Transactions are slow, liquidity gets locked up, and honestly, the friction of moving from one home to another is just incredibly high. But we've got our hands on some truly fascinating documentation outlining a system that's designed to completely bypass all that traditional friction. So I want you to imagine something for a second. What if trading your house was literally as easy as swiping right? No, seriously. Think about the mechanics of a modern dating app, but applied to multi-million-dollar real estate assets. It sounds absolutely wild, I know, but that's exactly the framework we're going to unpack today. Okay, let's dive into this. The engine behind this whole disruption is called Kemedar Swap, and it sits right inside the broader Kemedar real estate ecosystem. The old way of doing things is, let's face it, exhausting. You list your property, you wait for a buyer, you just hope the sale closes. But instead of frantically trying to buy your next home before someone else snatches it up, Kemedar Swap allows verified property owners to trade directly with one another. It essentially completely eliminates that dreaded sell-to-buy friction. Section 1. The Real Estate Swap. Now, this system achieves what economists actually call the double coincidence of wants, basically matching people who have what you want and who want what you have. To make this work, the system relies on a very specific user intent framework. You see, when you list your property in the Kemedar Swap pool, you aren't just saying what you're giving up, you're defining exactly what you want in return. And financially, it usually falls into one of two scenarios. Let's say party A is a growing family. They want to upgrade, so they trade their apartment for a villa, and they just pay the cash difference. Meanwhile, party B might be empty nesters looking to downsize. They want a smaller place and expect to receive that cash difference back. Now, you can obviously do an equal swap too, but matching these complementary upgrade and downsize intents is really where the system shines. Section 2. Swiping right on homes. So how does the user actually experience all this? Well, when you enter the Kemedar Swap Hub, it's incredibly clean and user-friendly. You've set your criteria, maybe you want a townhouse in a specific city with, say, at least 3 bedrooms, and you've stated your financial goal. The interface simply tells you, no matches yet, but we are looking. But behind this calming, simple UI is an incredibly complex database schema. The system is actively running your search intent against a massive pool of other users, cross-referencing desired categories, minimum square meters, location tags, and of course, financial compatibility. And when a match is found, the interface shifts to a mobile swipe mechanic. It's so intuitive. You get this full-screen card showing you the prospective property, the calculated financial gap, and exactly why it's a match. You swipe left to gracefully pass, and the best part is the other party never even knows. But if you swipe right to express interest, and they do the exact same thing, boom. The documentation details a full virtual confetti celebration declaring it's a swap match, and it immediately ports both users into a private, secure negotiation room. But you might be wondering, how does the platform actually pair these users up in the first place? Section 3. The AI Matchmaker. Well, the heavy lifting here is done by ThinkDar. That's Kemedar's real estate AI. According to the backend documentation we looked at, this is actually powered by a Claude AI model, specifically Claude Sonnet 4. ThinkDar basically acts as the ultimate unbiased real estate matchmaker. It doesn't just look at basic bedroom counts, it reads the qualitative keywords users input, it evaluates the real-time estimated values of those properties, and it verifies that the cash gap actually aligns with what party A is willing to pay and what party B expects to receive. We actually managed to get an excerpt from the system prompt sent to the AI. It literally reads, "You are the Kemedar Swap AI matchmaker. Generate a match score reflecting how well this swap works for both parties." I find this literal look at how the AI is instructed to think absolutely fascinating. It is explicitly commanded to be objective, to ensure the synergy is mutually beneficial. It's not out here trying to push a bad deal on one party, it is looking for genuine harmony.
And the system has really strict standards, 75. That is the minimum compatibility score out of 100 required for the AI to even suggest a connection to the users. If the criteria match score and the financial compatibility score don't average out to at least a 75, the system simply won't show it. It just filters out all the noise, so users only see highly probable swaps.
Now, when it does find a match above that 75-point threshold, the AI dynamically generates a highly customized output. It doesn't just, spit out a score. It literally writes 3 compelling highlight bullets tailored specifically for Party A, explaining exactly why Party B's house is perfect for them. And simultaneously, it writes 3 completely different bullets for Party B, using specific location names, lifestyle benefits, and property features. It even naturally and positively addresses the financial gap in its reasoning. It's basically pitching the deal to both sides at the same time, acting as this highly persuasive, hyper-informed digital broker. And once both parties agree, well, it's time to talk money.
Section 4. Calculating the gap.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how things work inside the private negotiation room. The interface completely demystifies the valuation process through what they call the financial ledger. The AI has already calculated an objective baseline valuation. So in this example, your property is estimated at 5 million Egyptian pounds, and theirs is 4.5 million. The AI immediately calculates a 500,000 EGP gap, and it clearly states that Party B pays Party A. This removes so much of that initial awkwardness and posturing you usually see in real estate negotiations because you're starting from a mathematically sound third-party baseline. However, the AI's word isn't the final law. Users are definitely not locked into the AI's calculated number. Because real estate is subjective, right? Maybe your kitchen needs a remodel, or maybe their garden is beautifully landscaped. The interface features a very prominent Make a Counteroffer button, so users can propose a new gap amount, send it back and forth in the private chat, and just negotiate until they find a number that satisfies both parties. Which leads us to the final step, translating this digital handshake into reality.
Section 5. Securing the deal.
This is where the platform's operational infrastructure really flexes its muscles to enforce 3 mandatory milestones. First up is Verify Pro. Both properties must achieve at least a level 3 verification on Kemedar's platform to proceed. This just ensures the title deeds are clean and the properties are completely legitimate. Second, the system automatically auto-creates a task for a Kemework lawyer. That's a certified real estate attorney who steps in to draft the dual transfer contracts. And third, the Exceed wallet escrow. That negotiated cash gap we just talked about, it gets deposited into a highly secure digital escrow. The funds are absolutely locked, and they're only released when both title deeds are officially and legally transferred. It is a completely closed-loop, trustless system that protects absolutely everyone involved. Which really brings us to a massive paradigm shift here. We are looking at a system that completely removes the middleman, bypasses the traditional open market, and relies on an AI to value assets and matchmake life-changing trades. It's incredibly efficient, but man, it is a huge leap in consumer behavior. So the question I want to leave you with is this. As these platforms become more and more sophisticated, would you trust AI to find your next home, calculate its worth, and negotiate the financial gap? It's a truly fascinating thought, and based on what we've seen today, the future of real estate might just depend on it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on this space. Well